When the lawyer finished reading Grandma Eleanor's will, silence filled the room. Then came the smiles. Not because anyone was grieving. Because everyone was calculating. Grandma's estate included investment accounts, a lakefront condo, antiques, and several rental properties. Then there was one final item. The Maple Street residence. Everyone knew exactly what that meant. The old Victorian house. Peeling paint. A leaking roof. Broken windows. Years of neglect. The attorney looked toward Claire Bennett. Mrs. Bennett left the Maple Street house to her granddaughter, Olivia. Claire, Olivia's mother, couldn't hide her relief. "Oh, thank goodness." Olivia frowned. "What do you mean?" Her father chuckled. "It means your grandmother always had a soft spot for fixer-uppers." Several relatives laughed. Her cousin Mark whispered, "Congratulations. You inherited the money pit." Meanwhile, Claire received the lakefront condo. Olivia's brother inherited 2 rental homes. Her aunt received Grandma's investment portfolio. Olivia got the broken house. Driving home, her father tried to sound encouraging. "You can probably sell it for the land." Olivia looked out the window. "I don't want to." Her mother sighed. "Then enjoy replacing the roof." 3 weeks later, Olivia unlocked the front door for the first time as its owner. Dust floated through the afternoon sunlight. The wallpaper peeled from the walls. The hardwood floors creaked with every step. But somehow, the house still felt warm. She remembered baking cookies there with Grandma Eleanor. Reading books on the porch. Helping tend the roses. It never felt broken to her. She decided to restore it. Everyone thought she was making a mistake. Including her parents. At Sunday dinner, her brother laughed. "How much have you spent already?" "About 12,000. Her father nearly dropped his fork. 12,000. Olivia nodded. "And that's just the roof." Her mother shook her head. "You're throwing good money after bad." Olivia smiled. "Maybe." 6 months later, most of her savings had disappeared into repairs. Then the contractor called. "You should probably come over." His voice sounded unusually serious. Olivia drove straight to the house. The contractor, Mike Jensen, stood in the upstairs hallway beside a partially demolished wall. "What happened?" He pointed toward an old section of brick chimney that had been hidden for decades. There was a hollow space behind it. Olivia frowned. "So?" Mike carefully held up a small rusted metal box. It was sealed inside the wall. Her heartbeat quickened. "What is it?" "I haven't opened it." "You should." Olivia carefully lifted the lid. Inside sat yellow documents. Old photographs. A tiny brass key. And one envelope. Across the front, in elegant handwriting, were 6 words. "For the grandchild who stayed." Olivia's hands began trembling. She slowly unfolded the letter. It was Grandma Eleanor's handwriting. "If you're reading this, you chose the house instead of abandoning it." Tears filled Olivia's eyes. Mike quietly stepped back. The letter continued. "I always wondered which member of this family loved memories more than money." Olivia swallowed hard. Then she reached the final page. Her expression changed completely. Mike noticed immediately. "What?" She looked up in disbelief. "My grandmother." Her voice barely came out. "Left instructions to find something." "What?" Olivia looked down at the tiny brass key. Then back at the letter. "It says this key opens a safety deposit box." Mike smiled. "That's incredible." Olivia nodded slowly. She turned to the last sentence. And the color drained from her face. The letter ended with one astonishing promise. Inside is something worth more than this house ever could be. Olivia could barely steady her hands. She read the final page again. Grandma Eleanor had written. Take this key to First Heritage Bank. Ask for box 214. I never told anyone it existed because I wanted it opened only by the person who chose this house for love, not profit. The next morning, Olivia drove to the bank with the letter and the small brass key. The branch manager carefully examined the documents before leading her into the vault. Mrs. Bennet rented this box for over 30 years, he explained. No one has ever accessed it except her. The manager unlocked the outer lock. Olivia inserted the brass key. The door clicked open. Inside were several folders, a velvet pouch, and a sealed envelope labeled, For Olivia. She opened the envelope first. My dear Olivia. If you've reached this point, then you proved something to me. You saw a home where everyone else saw a burden. Tears filled her eyes. The manager quietly stepped away to give her privacy. Beneath the letter were stock certificates, land deeds, and account records. She stared at the numbers in disbelief. Grandma Eleanor had quietly invested in a small technology company decades earlier. Over the years, the shares had grown tremendously. The portfolio was now worth $1.9 million. Olivia whispered. Oh, Grandma. The letter continued. I never hid this money because I wanted to test anyone. I hid it because wealth reveals character. The people chasing my money already received exactly what they were looking for. I wanted this gift to find the person who valued family before fortune. A week later, the family gathered again after hearing rumors that something valuable had been discovered. Claire arrived first. What was in the box? Her brother leaned forward eagerly. Gold. Jewelry. Olivia smiled calmly. It was Grandma's final lesson. Her father frowned. What does that mean? She placed the letter on the table. Everyone read it in silence. When they reached the line about choosing the house out of love, no one spoke. Finally, her mother looked up. So, the rumors are true? Olivia nodded. Yes. Her brother asked quietly. How much? Olivia answered honestly. About $1.9 million. The room went completely silent. Her cousin Mark dropped his coffee cup. Claire covered her mouth. Her father slowly sat down. We laughed at that house. Olivia nodded. I remember. Her mother looked around the room. We all wanted the easy inheritance. Olivia smiled gently. And Grandma wanted to know who wanted her. No one had an answer. Months later, Olivia finished restoring the old Victorian house. Instead of selling it, she turned part of it into a community reading center and scholarship office in Grandma Eleanor's name. Children filled the once empty rooms every afternoon. The garden bloomed again. The front porch was repaired. The house that everyone had dismissed became the most loved place on Maple Street. Above the fireplace hung Grandma's favorite quote in a simple wooden frame. A home is never measured by what it's worth. It's measured by the love that remains inside it. At the grand opening, a reporter asked Olivia. What's the greatest treasure your grandmother left you? Olivia smiled as children laughed in the next room. It wasn't the $1.9 million. She looked around the restored house. It was teaching me that the greatest opportunities often arrive disguised as burdens. And every time she unlocked the front door with the old brass key hanging from her keychain, she remembered the lesson that had changed her life forever. The people who chase wealth often overlook the very places where true treasure is waiting to be found.